Ladies and gentlemen, you see how police officers have a whole different special category for themselves when it comes down to them committing crimes. Now, if you've been following me, then you heard my video on how a lot of these cops out here have rap sheets and they're even bigger criminals than the people they're apprehending out in public. Well, this sort of drives that same message home. You have a Pennsylvania chief of police stealing drugs out of the evidence room. Now, if anybody else is out here stealing illegal drugs, you're going to jail, right? But being that they have such privilege in this country, they can commit the same type of crime and avoid jail, just like in this case. So, this came out on Fox News, ladies and gentlemen, November 21st, 2019. Pennsylvania ex-police chief who stole heroin from evidence room avoids jail. It makes you wonder how many of these cops are actually hyped up on drugs out here, because many of them sure act like it and look like it. So let's get into this story. So here he is, a former Pennsylvania cop who pled guilty to stealing heroin from a police evidence room to sustain his addiction, will serve no jail time, according to local reports. Sounds like privilege to me. Tim Butler, 43, looks horrible for 43, a former Elizabethboro police chief, was sentenced Wednesday to 55 months of probation and 325 hours of community service after pleading guilty to 2 counts of theft, 1 count of possession, and 1 count of obstructing the administration of law. Pittsburgh WPXI reported. Now, how many of our men and women are sitting in jail right now over weed? And this guy did far worse than that. And he gets to keep his freedom. What this punishment you gave him is laughable. If that's the case, give everybody in there that's in there for those low-level drug offenses, give them the same kind of sentence that you just gave this chief of police. This whole system is full of shit. So here he is right here, ladies and gentlemen, this police chief who's a drug addict and a bigger criminal than the people he's apprehending. The Allegheny County District Attorney's Office said Butler confessed to another officer that he was addicted to heroin, according to the station. When asked if there was any missing evidence, Butler reportedly said it was all gone. So any of the drug evidence they brought in there, especially if it was heroin, he took it. He took all of it. Butler was charged in 2018. He pled guilty in late August of this year in exchange for a plea deal. Prosecutors dropped additional charges, the Pennsylvania Tribune Review reported. At Wednesday's sentencing hearing, Allegheny County Common Pleas Judge Robert J. Colville acknowledged Butler's misdeeds were motivated by his heroin addiction. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you were out here stealing to get drugs, would they accept that from you? Hell no. Hell no, they don't accept nothing. They put you in jail. See, if they had to release everybody from the prisons in America for these low level drug offenses, the prisons in America would be empty. Because that's what the majority of the people are in there for, these nonviolent drug offenses. They don't have you in there for no damn most violent crimes. They couldn't do that to save their mama's life. But he added that Butler got more probation because he violated the trust in his position. Please, you didn't give him nothing. What that shit you gave him was nothing. Speaking during the hearing, Butler expressed remorse for his actions, saying, "It will never happen again." Yeah, because you're not a police chief anymore. That's really the only reason why it will never happen again. It's not because you beat your addiction. But see, ladies and gentlemen, the double standards are undeniable in this country. But this is downright laughable. You got people in jail for freaking weed. And this dude gets to keep, he stole all of the heroin, all of it from the evidence room, all of it. And he gets to keep his freedom and just get some probation and some community service. What a joke. But they want you to look at this as justice. This ain't no damn justice. This is a joke. You got people, because of Bill Clinton's 3 strikes you're out laws, committed petty crimes, and they're in there for the rest of their life. They're in there for the rest of their life for doing much less than what this guy did. America won't even admit that they got an addiction going on that they simply can't beat. To this day, they're always looking for this millions of dollars and that millions of dollars and more money poured to fight this drug plague. It's a public health issue. Throw more money, throw more money. They've been throwing money at this shit for over 20 years, and they haven't beat it yet. And they won't. They won't, ladies and gentlemen. The crack epidemic didn't even last this long. It didn't last this long. They can't beat this addiction. And you know why the crack epidemic ended? Jail. Because they jailed the addicts. See, back then, drugs was a crime. But today it's a joke. And that's only because the face of the addiction has changed. It looks like his face. That's the only reason why the rules have changed. It didn't change for any other reason. So this guy who is supposed to be in a position of authority, cops don't protect and serve. So that needs to be, y'all, everybody needs to stop saying that in this society. Cops do not protect and serve. That is a lie. That's the biggest lie being told. When these guys go out on the street, they are only protecting themselves, not the public. They are protecting themselves. They are not out here protecting and serving and keeping communities safe. We certainly don't see no evidence of that in the Black community. But somebody can be in a top cop position, a police chief, and steal all of the heroin out of the evidence room and escape jail. That says a lot about America. I said this before, I'm going to say it again. If you live in another country, do not come and live in America. This is the worst place on the planet to live. Do not come here and live, because America allows their cops to go out on the street and conduct themselves any way they feel like it and get away with it. And you see this dude right here stole from the evidence room, and he was in a position where he's telling other police what to do. And they're letting him get away with it with no jail. And ladies and gentlemen, I wouldn't be surprised if behind the scenes this dude got probation, and on top of the probation, they're sending him to rehab. They're just not writing it in this article. I bet you he's getting rehab too. This is bullshit. This is for my brothers and sisters behind bars for crimes you didn't commit, or petty crimes that you're locked up for astronomical periods of time. Let this show you that America is full of preferential treatment, as long as the drug addict face looks like his. Period. But y'all, please tell me what you think of this story. This is a load of bullshit. Period. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.